Good to see you, Mitch. How you doing?
Good.
Yeah, we got to wait till we get approval from the flagman. Are we good? Are we good? All right, Mitch, you are the son of Noel, the owner and the founder and CEO of Premier Plastics, and you're ready to do what needs to be done tonight?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Let her rip.
Drivers, start your engines.
Thank you very much, and we are set to go. 30 cars, 251 laps, the second annual Battle at Berlin 251 presented by Premier Plastics. Once again, Matt, let's take a look at the starting lineup real quick. Starting on the pole, the 71 of Johnny Van Dorn alongside the 84 of Jay Newick. Has the 99 of Ross Musin goes inside of row number 2 alongside the 47 of Brian Campbell.
Then we have Travis Braden from Wheeling, West Virginia. He'll be on the inside of row number 3. And then it's his rookie, Wes Griffith Jr. from Crown Point, Indiana. He's going to take a shot at this one. Then in the inside of the 4th row, a chance at $100,000. He's got to win this race and one more, and he's got a chance at $100,000 from Kannapolis, North Carolina. It's Daniel Hemrick in the 98, and his outside from just down the street in Walker in the HS Dye ride, the number 6 on the outside of row number 4. It is Brandon Hermiller.
As the field rolls by, we'll get to the rest of the starting lineup here momentarily. 30 cars getting set to go 251 laps. Once again, caution flag laps do count, but however, the last 5 laps must be run under green flag conditions. As we take a look at the rest of the lineup, starting in 9th to 26 is Bubba Pollard. On the inside of that row, starting 10th to 29 is Anderson Bowen. 11th to 101 is Joe Bush, alongside the 26 of Rick Turner, starting 12th.
Then it's Allie Kern. She'll start on the inside of the next row, the 13th position. Then from just down the street, literally down the street from Marne, it's Dave Lake at the 55. Another famous name here. That name's very synonymous with West Michigan racing. He won last night in his Outlaw Late model. The 36 is Terry Seneca Jr. Then to his inside, another familiar name, the 23 car from Grand Rapids. It is Chris Koslick. He'll start 16th.
Starting in the 17th spot, the youngest driver in the field, 15-year-old Grant Quinlan. And the number 28 will start in 17th alongside the 17-year-old rookie Paul Schaefer Jr. behind the wheel of the number 7. Then you got the 77 of Ross Kenseth inside of row number 10. Alongside him, the veteran from Lakeland, Florida. That is Steve Dorr.
Then it's Scott Neal from Indiana. He'll start at the inside of the 10th row in the 21st position. Chad Finley from over in DeWitt towards the middle side of the state. He'll start in the 22nd position. Driving from Stainer, Ontario, it's Brandon Watson, the rookie, of the number 9 on the inside of row number 12. And then the 131 from Ohio, it's Nick Galata in the 131. He'll start in the 24th position.
25th, the 77 of Andrew Nylon, while the 26 is the 20 of Jeremy Menixma. Then you got the 4 last chance race transfers. The 1 of Trevor Berry, the 21 Terry Van Heitzma, 14 of Chris Davidson, 101 of Lauren Bush. That is your 30 car starting grid as the field makes their way around. Pace laps here on the 7/16 mile semi-banked paved oval here, located in Marne, Michigan, just west of Grand Rapids.
That's quite a field, guys. Quite a field.
Hands out the windows, 30 race car drivers, ladies and gentlemen, ready to go at it for 251 laps. Johnny Van Dorn. It's so weird, Matt, to look at Van Dorn in that 71 car. I keep having a double take. I'm trying to, who's the 71? And I realized after you told me, it's Johnny Van Dorn in a special setup this year in the 251.
So we get ready to go. 2 laps to go before we go green. Johnny Van Dorn in the number 71. Jay Newick outside of that front row in the 84 machine. The qualifying effort of his life in the number 84. He's got the world surrounding him as the Cutlerville, Michigan driver starts outside of row number 1.
Getting down to it, taking a look at the field, Matt. The 42 of Finley is in the backside of the group. Any idea why we might see the 42 of Finley? He's starting back there outside of the grid where he qualified. So taking a look back there, Matt, I was just saying the 42 of Finley, he's starting out back. What's the story on the 42? Do we know?
Well, Finley was scheduled to start outside of row number 11, but Finley has elected to instead drop to the back of the field, not hearing anything on the scanners or anything through race control. So hopefully nothing's wrong with the 42 of Finley. But nevertheless, he is starting scratch as he is elected to go to the back of the field in the 42.
Wow, you're going to have an interesting front row here. Van Dorn and Newick side by side. This is going to be one of the biggest races of Newick's life. There's no question about it. He's on the front row with 29 other drivers back there. Matt, I'll turn it over to you. Turn 3 and 4. The battle at Berlin is underway.
Johnny Van Dorn, Jay Newick on turn number 4. Green flags out. We are racing here at Berlin Raceway. The battle at Berlin 250. 251 is underway, and Van Dorn right off the get-go, jumping out of the lead, trying to get ahead of Jay Newick. Here comes Ross Musen in the 99 machine. He'll try to get by Newick, come out turn 4, lap 1 leader, Johnny Van Dorn.
Van Dorn's got it by 2 or 3 car lengths is all, then it's 2 or 3 car lengths back to Ross Musen, and then Brian Campbell runs in the 4th position. There's your top 4. Van Dorn stretches it out, 2 or 3 car lengths over Newick, looks solid. Musen runs 3rd, everybody single file till you get a little bit farther back in the 10th position.
Good battle emerging with Travis Braden in the 01 machine. He's running the 5th spot just behind Braden. A good battle for the 6th spot. The 98 of Daniel Hemrick to the inside of Wes Griffith Jr. And right behind Griffith, here comes last night's event winner, Bubba Pollard in the 26.
Bubba Pollard in the 26 moving his way up, looking for the double repeat. He'd love to win again. He won a 100-lapper last night. Looking to come by and do the 251 again. Single file from 1st all the way back to 10th position till you get a little bit farther back in the pack. Good battles all over the racetrack.
A great battle as well between a couple of series champions. The 01 of Travis Braden and the 98 of Daniel Hemrick. They are battling for the 5th spot as they go down into turns 3 and 4. Braden, the 2013 ARCA CRA Super Series champion, and the 98 of Daniel Hemrick, the 2013 Southern Super Series champion.
Battle for 2nd place. Musen almost got on the side of Jay Newick. They kept it clean and green for the moment. It got really tight up in there for the moment. Musen has to settle back. Newick's got 2nd position so far, but Musen's still right on the back bumper. Now he's got a challenge from Brian Campbell on the outside.
Here comes Brian Campbell in the 47 machine. He's looking to challenge Ross Musen for the 3rd spot. Musen trying to get by Newick. Newick shuts the door going into turn 3, but Musen opens it right back up coming out of 4.
Opens it right back up and is going to go back to battle again. Now Musen tries again on the outside to get around Newick. It looks like he is going to be able to make the pass. He's going to haul Brian Campbell with him, or at least try. Put Musen to 2nd. Oh, and Newick slides up and slams the door once again.
Brian Campbell saw Musen pass Newick on the outside. Campbell's going to try it himself, and he'll complete the pass. Put Brian Campbell on the podium in 3rd spot. The number 47 machine shuffling Newick back to 4th. Just behind Newick, he's got Travis Braden and Daniel Hemrick on his back bumper.
So Fagel is strung out single file now. 2nd place belongs to Musen. 3rd place to the 47 of Brian Campbell. That's what you see, 2nd and 3rd position on the racetrack. A little bit farther back. If you drop a little bit farther behind those guys, as we jump back up to Van Dorn. Van Dorn's got probably 10 or 15 car lengths over the 99 of Musen.
So the battle is for 2nd between the 99 of Ross Musen, the 47 of Brian Campbell. Go back a little further in the field, the forced battle for 4th, coming out of turn number 2. Travis Braden to the inside of Jay Newick. He'll take over the 4th spot. Newick now sandwiched between a couple of 2013 series champions.
Yeah, Newick's a part of the sandwich in the middle of champions. Newick's kind of a rookie with his big races. We'll see so far he's been doing a pretty good job, but that's where the good battle is right now. Newick sliding a little bit farther back, but we're only 11 laps in, Matt. We got a long way to go. This race is 251 laps.
Daniel Hemrick looks to complete the pass. He will make the pass. Hemrick now to the 5th spot. The number 98 machine shuffling Newick back to 6th, but it just keeps on coming. Behind Newick now, last night's JEG CRA All-Star Tour winner Bubba Pollard now looking to get by the 84 in Newick.
So Bubba Pollard is going to be the next car to maybe make a pass on Newick. He's right on the back bumper. As you see the red car on your screen trying to get past the blue one. Not able to do it so far. Right down to the inside and right of the back bumper of Newick. Not able to make the pass. They almost make contact in turn number 2.
Laps quickly clicking off. This time by 14 laps completed. Here in the battle at Berlin, 251 will set the top 10 for you. Your leader is the 71 of Johnny Van Dorn. 2nd, the 99 of Ross Musen. 3rd, the 47 of Brian Campbell. 4th now, the 01 of Travis Braden. 5th, the 98 of Daniel Hemrick. 6th is the 26 of Bubba Pollard. 7th, the 84 of Jay Newick. 8th, the 33 of Wes Griffith Jr. 9th, the 29 of Anderson Bowen. And rounding out the top 10, the number 6 of Brandon Hermiller.
Hey, down here from pit road, guys, Bubba Pollard, you're seeing him on the screen right now. This guy is making some incredible moves, and it's quite awesome to see how he is moving so quickly towards the front with only 16 laps in the bank.
Yeah, Chris, and Lauren Bush just pulled it in, so you might want to check in that situation. The 101 just pulled it off, so she'll be the first car to pull it off early. And the 16 machine, it might just have been a money thing to get the start money, but Lauren Bush is going to pull it in early. We'll follow up on that situation. So the 101 is out, back on the racetrack. Got a good battle a little bit farther back, Matt, as we get a little battle for the, looks like the 5th, 4th, and 5th position.
Rasmussen, the 99, running in the second spot. Brian Campbell content to hang back for now in the third position. Up front, Johnny Van Dorn continues to lead. Has built his lead to almost 2 seconds now over the 99 of Musin and the 47 of Campbell. Just behind Campbell, the fourth place car. The 01 of Travis Braden. The 98 of Daniel Hemrick is fifth. As Hemrick with some real estate between himself and the sixth place car, the 26 of Bubba Pollard.
Yeah, you see Hemrick there, and right behind him is Bubba Pollard. Both of those guys looking to have a big win. You see them right there. Hemrick going for $100,000 if he can win this event and then at Winchester. So it's a big, big money grab. If he can do it, $100,000 potentially up for grabs for only the 98 car.
And for Hemrick, if he goes ahead and if he goes on to win the 251 here tonight, he is guaranteed a minimum of $10,000 from the JEG Triple Crown Series for winning 2 of the 3 events.
So money is a big factor. This race already had $2,000 to win. This one's already $10,000 to win, so that would be a big, potentially huge double payday for Hemrick if he can pull it off. We're on a lap with 21. Still a long way to go in the 251. Battle at Berlin 251 presented by Primera Plastics. All green flag laps so far.
Looking back through the field, we see Wes Griffith Jr. into the 7th spot in the number 33 machine. He's coming out of turn number 4 now, making his way into turns 1 and 2. Jay Newick has been shuffled all the way back to the 8th spot in the number 84 machine as Musin and Campbell, the 99 and the 47, continue to battle for second.
Let's get a good battle on the racetrack shaping up. And the other thing we're going to have to follow here in just a minute is we're getting cut to the leader. Van Dorn is going to have to deal with a whole bunch of cars up here. Van Dorn's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars. If we follow, watch the leader here in just a minute. Van Dorn's going to have to deal with all this lap traffic as he goes into turn number 1.
And just off the screen, the 42 of Chad Finley off the pace. Tough break for the DeWitt, Michigan driver. He will pull off. Tough break for Finley, who was a 2013 runner-up in this event. We're looking at Johnny Van Dorn. He's beginning to pick his way through traffic. He puts a lap on the 21 of Terry Van Heitzma.
How about that? Van Heitzma finished in the top 5 last night. Not going to be able to do it tonight. It looks like Van Dorn is just that good, putting another couple cars lap down. Van Dorn already put 3 cars a lap down. There is a lucky dog, as you mentioned, but still, Van Dorn's making quick time at lap number 26.
Johnny Van Dorn on a rail early, and then number 71 machine. He clears 21 of Van Heitzma, the 131 of Galata, and the 14 of Davidson. Now that 71 machine, that familiar red and black, LisaThomasSalon.com entry, well out in front, putting some real estate as well as a plethora of lap cars between himself and second place driver, the 99 of Rasmussen.
So Van Dorn is going to have to deal with lap machines now probably for the foreseeable future all this race. We see Van Dorn there. He's going to have probably another, 5 or 6 car gaggle right in front of him. He's just about to catch them as you see them on the backstretch. Here they come. Van Dorn going to have to deal with 5 lap cars here shortly and some good names in that bunch.
And while Van Dorn deals with that traffic, your second place driver, Rasmussen, in the 99 machine, he will deal with the traffic Van Dorn just got through, beginning with the 131 of Nick Galata as they make their way through turns 1 and 2.
And a good battles now with Van Dorn as gets around Galata machine. Now he's going to have to deal with all that other lap traffic up there. Look at all the cars. 5 cars in front of him, more to pass.
Van Dorn looking to negotiate around more traffic, beginning with the number 10 of Steve Dorr. He already got by the 20 of Jeremy Menixma. Now he'll look to slide past the 10 of Dorr, just in front of Dorr, the 77, Andrew Nyland.
So all those cars going a lap down. A lot of these guys getting put down a lap early. Matt, do you think this is early? 30 laps to be putting cars lap down and say maybe yes, maybe no. It's hard to really tell. Is Van Dorn going that quick, or is this just a long race and he's just making quick work of them?
Johnny Van Dorn doesn't know the hold back whatsoever. And watching him for many, many seasons, he's a 3-time ARCA CRA Super Series champion. He runs just as hard. He would run just as hard on lap 251 as he would on lap 1. Van Dorn is a hard charger through and through, and as he is showing the way right now with almost a 3-second lead and a bunch of traffic between himself and the second place driver, the 99 of Rasmussen.
Bunch of traffic. They were going 2 and almost 3 wide in front of him, right in front of the leader. They're all racing to not go a lap down. Now Trevor Berry's about to get put a lap down, but then Van Dorn's going to get hung up to dry up there. He's going to get past 2 more cars. Not if he can be able to do it easily or not. That's Andrew Nylon in the number 77 and the 9 car of Brandon Watson.
34 laps completed in the Battle at Berlin 251. Still a long way to go in this one, as Johnny Van Dorn showing the way in the 71 machine, the driver from nearby Coopersville, Michigan, looking to put a lap on the 77 of Andrew Nylund as he went by that time by, completing lap 35 over a 3-second lead over Ross Musen.
That's pretty impressive, especially in this traffic. Imagine we'll get a caution flag at one point to get these cars closer up, but still 35 laps, already that many, that car's down. It could be one of these deals where we only have a few cars left in the lead lap if this pace keeps up. Still the 71 again. Now he goes around Andrew Nylund, putting another car yet a lap down.
Battle for second brewing as the Ross Musen on the outside, Brian Campbell looking to the inside. They go into turn number 3 and 4. Lap traffic in front of your second and third place cars. Campbell to the inside, gives second spot to Brian Campbell, as Campbell sets the pick using Nick Galata to trap Musen behind the 131. Now Campbell gets by, and he's pulling away to try to catch Van Dorn.
He's got a long way to go, though, to catch Van Dorn, and through all of that traffic, he's going to really have to hustle to get up there. Long race, so Bubba Pollard's going to be part of this mix too. So now we see those cars, got a bunch of 2, 3, 4 cars, and a battle with the top 2, 3, 4 lap cars as well. You got a big mix of cars in there as Van Dorn continues to pull away. It's now over 3 seconds.
One driver that has made a move, to say the least, in addition to Brian Campbell, the 26 of Bubba Pollard, as he makes his way through turns 1 and 2, getting ready to head down the backstretch. Pollard has worked his way up to the 4th spot. He got by Travis Braden, then he got by Daniel Hemrick to move from 6th to 4th in about 2 laps, and now Bubba Pollard is catching Ross Musen in a hurry.
Yeah, the 26 car is coming. Maybe he got a little advantage after yesterday. He's got to get past more of those lap machines, but this one may be a little bit closer to the second place so far. We'll send it down the pits. What do you got, guys?
I tell you what, guys, we are watching a lot of decisions being made right now. We've got a couple potential start and parks going on, and the reason being is that the pace of the leader is so fast. After you go down a lap or 2, people want to save their equipment, and so we are getting a couple people pulling off. A couple others are considering it, and the lap traffic right now is going to be the key to this story. Johnny Van Dorn is eating everybody up, and think about it, fellas. We still have over 200 laps to go, and the field is this quick on this long green flag run to start this race.
Yeah, that's a good point. Thanks, Chris, for the update. Attrition is going to be a factor in this one. If Van Dorn keeps running down laps like this, we may only have a handful of cars left in the lead lap by the time we get to lap 100 or 150.
Johnny Van Dorn is absolutely on a rail on the number 71 machine as he makes his way through turns 1 and 2. Just put a lap on the 26 of Rick Turner and the 55 of Dave Lake. Van Dorn now making his way down the back. He's into turns 3 and 4 now, about to put a lap on the 23 of Chris Kozlik.
There he goes around Kozlik on the outside, so Kozlik will be another victim to go a lap down. Get an official count of how many cars we have left in the lead lap here. I think we've lost about 10 of them or so. We'll get an official count of how many cars are actually left on the lead lap. I know we got to get down to it. What do we actually got? Look, Matt, we'll get an update from scoring here in a minute.
There are 14 cars left on the lead lap out of the 30 cars starting field. Van Dorn is absolutely on a rail in the 71 machine. The next potential lap car to 13th place driver, the 28 of Allie Kern. As Kern crosses the start-finish line, Van Dorn a few car lengths behind, but he has got a monster lead on Brian Campbell, as Campbell just now crossing the stripe, a 6.5 second lead.
That's impressive. We'll see if he's able to keep that up. But as Chris just mentioned a minute ago, we still have over 200 laps to go in this event. 200 laps to go with a battle at Berlin 251. So this one's got a long way to settle it. We haven't had any cars with much mechanical issues so far. We had a couple cars pull off just due to the start and park situation potentially. We're running speeds like that, but Van Dorn well in command of this race.
2 cars have dropped out. The 101 of Lauren Bush, who dropped out 14 laps into the race. The 42 of Chad Finley dropped out on lap number 23. Otherwise, 28 cars still circling this 7/16 mile over, led by Johnny Van Dorn. There's Brian Campbell running in the second spot. He is now over 7 seconds back of Johnny Van Dorn, just about a half a track. As Campbell crosses the start-finish line right now, Johnny Van Dorn is halfway into turn 3.
Yeah, he's got a huge lead. Campbell still got Musin in tow, a couple car lengths behind him. As we shoot that back up front to our leader, Van Dorn, you can see the distance, just how much big it is. Van Dorn is really starting to smoke the field. And like I said, this could be curtains early. If we don't get a caution flag, give these guys a chance to make some adjustments. Got a caution flag in turn number 3 and 4.
Turn 4, Chris Davidson turns it around, and turn number 4, bringing out the caution flag at lap 51.
So we'll have to figure out who gets a lucky dog here in just a minute. And this is going to be maybe a much-needed break for a lot of these cars. Guys down in the pits will probably be headed towards you here shortly. Man, how many cars do you think we're going to see stop on this first caution flag at lap number 52?
Honestly, I don't think you'll see many of the leaders pit per se. You're going to see a lot of cars towards the back of the lead lap, maybe several of the cars one lap or more down. I don't think you're going to see very many of the leaders come down pit road this time.
I think it's a little bit too early, fellas, for some of the leaders, but we are seeing pit crews starting to gear up. They're grabbing signs, they're stretching out, they're grabbing air guns, so I know that we are going to see some cars on pit road right now, especially if you've already gone a lap down. You got nothing to lose to come and get 4 fresh ones right now.
So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on the pits down there, Matt, and see who actually does pull in. And as soon as the pits open, we'll find out. Yeah, I would imagine probably most of the guys on the lead lap probably will not stop this early unless they think there's a detrimental situation with the car. But yeah, if you're a lap down, why not go in there and try to make adjustments and see if you make the car better?
Well, pit road is open right now, only open to the lead lap cars only. And as the field goes by, have not seen anyone make the hard left-hand turn between turns 1 and 2. So at the line this time by the pit road, well, Travis Braden decides to come on down. He was 6th on the track. We'll send it down pit side to Chris and Jake.
Yeah, Travis Braden is pulling it in right now, the 01 car. Everybody else that is a lap down, they are going to be really taking advantage of the 10-tire limit. And they can get some tires right now. And Braden might be doing a fuel strategy because he's going with right side tires right now and some fuel. And they're checking air pressure on the left side tires.
And Brandon
Hermiller pulled it in right behind him.
Keep an eye on what Brandon's doing too. If they're doing tires on the 6 and the 01 car or not, we'll see what these drivers decide to do. And here come the lap machines.
Looks like Hermiller just an adjustment, did not take fresh rubber. Hermiller takes an adjustment. He's out in front. They're really looking underneath Braden's 01 machine, West Virginia University machine, and they are making a serious adjustment to that. Braden kills the car, now gets it restarted. Here comes some of the lap traffic, and I'm right next to Jeremy Munixma's pit. He's a local regular moving up to this class, and this is probably one of the first pit stops these guys have ever done, and they're trying to get the jack underneath the car right now.
And unfortunately for Travis Braden, he didn't make it out in time. He will go a lap down. Tough break for the 01 of Travis Braden. He didn't make it out in time before the pace car drove by. That time by, all the cars lap or more down all came in. Rick Turner, Dave Lake, Ross Kenseth, Terry Van Heitzma, also Brandon Watson, Trevor Berry, Scott Neal making his way out, Jeremy Munixma still on pit road as that crew continues to work on that 20 machine.
Yeah, not sure what happened with that situation. Like you mentioned, Matt, he just missed the pace car by about probably 100 feet or something, and so that machine will go a lap down. So tough break. Not at all what Braden wanted to see, so he will have to make that up. Still plenty of time to make up that event, make up that distance, but still the 01 car goes a lap down to the pits early.
I tell you what, guys, there are a lot of pit crews down here having the time of their life. Others are stressing out. Everybody's doing the very best they can. And an air hose attached to an air gun just exploded off the gun, and the hose separated about a foot from me just now, and it was a pretty loud bang, man. It was kind of freaky, and I know that's what it's like on pit road for everybody right now. Is a lot of these guys are just skilled veterans down here who've been doing this a long time, but for somebody like Jeremy Munixma, just had his first live in-race pit stop probably of his career, and it's just very fascinating to watch the crew now after Munixma goes back to the track. It's like high fives and like scared thumbs up all the way around. It's pretty cool down here on pit road.
So we are at 57 laps completed here in the second annual Battle of Berlin 251 presented by Primera Plastics. We'll reset the field for you. Your leader is the number 71 of Johnny Van Dorn, riding second the 47 of Brian Campbell, third the 99 of Ross Musin, fourth the 26 of Bubba Pollard, fifth place, rounding out the top 5, the 98 of Daniel Hemrick. Sixth spot now, the 33 of Wes Griffith Jr. Seventh, the 36 of Terry Seneker Jr. Seneker started in 15th. He is now up to 7th as the 84 Jay Newick is 8th, 29 Anderson Bowen 9th, and the crafty veteran from Hastings, Michigan, the 101 Joe Bush, rounding out the top 10.
And so Joe Bush rounds out the top 10. Again, all these cars are still in the lead lap. I'm not sure officially who got the lucky dog in that, Matt. You might be able to tell me here shortly. But Grant Quinlan runs 11th. Then it's Brandon Hermiller 12th. He did pit on that last lap. And I have a feeling maybe Hermiller might be the last car in the lead lap. Not sure. Travis Braden's probably shown as the first car lap down. So I believe only 12 cars left in the lead lap unofficially by scoring.
Unofficially, we'll go with that as we are waiting on the free pass here as Johnny Van Dorn will get the 1 lap to go signal from Chief starter Scott Menlin. As we will go green the next time by. Scott Neal made another pit stop. He is back on the racetrack in the number 4 machine.
You know, the report from pit road after speaking to a couple different crew chiefs, it looks like it's this way all the way around. People are more concerned with making some adjustments, a few track bar adjustments, more so than fresh rubber right now. With just under 200 laps to go, they have a little more concern about just getting the car right before they put the fresh rubber on in the next stop, guys.
So see if these adjustments helped at all. So it's been all Van Dorn up to this point. Brian Campbell on the outside. They're in turn 3 and turn 4. We restart at lap number 59.
Van Dorn Campbell leads him out of turn 4. Green flags out. We're back underway. And Ross Musin to the inside of Brian Campbell right off the get-go as they make their way through turns 2. Down the backstretch they go. Musin and Campbell side by side for that second spot.
Good battle for the second position. Side by side. It looks like Campbell's going to be able to get him maybe by half a car length as they go past the line this time. They do, or do they not? Nope, Campbell's still at the top. Another car kicks up dust a little bit farther back. Terry Seneker hits the dust and she makes everybody check up the field. Got all strung out there, but back up front, it's still Campbell and now Musin back to 3rd.
Actually, Matt, I believe it was a 23 of Chris Kozlik. Kozlik and Seneker's car look almost identical. It was Chris Kozlik in the number 23 who got a little sideways there. He's back to running full speed as Brian Campbell has gotten away from Ross Musin in the second spot. Musin now going to have to deal with Bubba Pollard here momentarily.
So Musin's going to have a challenge. That's that red machine trying to get after the 99 of Ross Musin. That'll be the battle for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th position. So far, no one's able to do anything up front. Bubba Pollard looks pretty good, though. Solid 4th position at lap 63.
Musin now about to battle with the 26 of Bubba Pollard. Just behind Pollard in the number 26 is the 98 of Daniel Hemrick. Hemrick in the 5th spot. He's the one that has 100,000 reasons to make the trip from Kannapolis, North Carolina to Marne, Michigan this weekend. And Hemrick currently in the top 5.
Still got to pace himself, though, for a chance at that big cash. A solid position, though, a top 5 at the moment. We still see Bubba Pollard working on Ross Musin. No 3 or 4 car lengths, not able to run him down, just still there, but no chance for a pass him yet at lap number 65.
So we'll set the field here, 66 laps completed as Johnny Van Dorn continues to show the way in the 71 machine. Brian Campbell is 2nd. We'll stick to this battle for 3rd. The 99 of Ross Musin and the 26 of Bubba Pollard as they make their way out of turn number 4. A good battle for that final podium position.
Good battle for the 3rd position. Pollard is right there. Musin, the Zeeland native, trying to hold him off. He's right on the back bumper. Not able to pass, or at least not trying to pass yet. He drives him down to 3 and now into turn 4. Still have no pass attempt made as they come to collect the stripe at lap number 68.
Daniel Hemrick running in the 5th spot. The battle for 6 as they go into turns 1 and 2. The 33 of Wes Griffith Jr., the 36 of Terry Seneker Jr., and just behind them the 29 of Anderson Bowen. But Griffith and Seneker in a good battle now for that 6th position.
Good battle for the 6th position. So far, so good. No passes, though. We'll see what happens. Here comes Seneker bound to knock it out of the back door. Not able to make the pass on the 33 of Wes Griffith. He's right there again. Knock, knock, nobody home. Can't get through. Still single file at the moment. He's going to try him again in turn number 4.
The battle for the 3rd spot is getting real dicey as they go into turns 1 and 2 and make their way down the backstretch. The 99 of Ross Musin, the 26 of Bubba Pollard, a little bumping and grinding that last lap as they now make their way through turns 4, coming down the front stretch. Musin and Pollard in a good battle for that position.
Good battle for that position. Still going side by side. Now back to single file again, looks to get in. No, now he backs off. It's 2 or 3 car lengths. Thought about taking to the inside. Maybe just content to ride. Again, a long way to go. 2:51 the distance. We're only at lap 71.
And Terry Seneca Jr. looking to the high side of Wes Griffith Jr. That is for the 6th position. Seneca's done that so many times in an Outlaw Super Late Model. Doesn't seem to phase him at all as he'll try the move to the outside in his template Super Late Model. They're going to turn number 4.
Good battle as they go into 4. He's down to the inside. Can he make the pass? Seneca's up there in the 33. Machida Griffiths on the inside. Seneca is able to make the position stick. He's going to advance that position. Put Terry Seneca now into the top 6 positions.
And now the battle for 3rd is really brewing up. Right down the front stretch. They cross the start-finish line. Bubba Pollard and Ross Musin into turns 1 and 2. Battle side by side for that 3rd spot.
Battle is now side by side. Pollard's been thinking about going it for several laps. Now he's down to the inside. Pollard on the inside. Musin goes up the hill at lap 77. They're side by side for the 3rd position as they go into 1.
Bubba Pollard looking for his 2nd win in about 24 hours here at Berlin Raceway. He got rid of the Mason-Dixon line jinx last night, winning the JEG CRA All-Stars Tour event. But what he come up here from Sonoya, Georgia for is the big money in the 251, and he's got to get through defending template Super Late Model champion here in Berlin, Ross Musin.
Yeah, he's got to get past Musin, then he's got to get up there and maybe have a shot at our leaders. Our leader, Van Dorn, is going to have heavy lap traffic here in just a couple minutes, so Pollard needs to get past Musin to get up there and have a shot at him or not. There he is again, down to the inside, trying to make the pass on Musin, still can't get around.
Musin making that outside lane work, but Bubba Pollard may have the advantage now as they go into turns 3 and 4. Musin inches up alongside him. Pollard to the inside as they come down the stripe, hit the stripe. Pollard now solidly in 3rd, but Musin again to the outside.
Musin again hanging tough on the outside. Now Pollard finally got around him, so that's going to make that race over. But we get a little back up front. We move our attention back up front to the leader, the 71 machine. Major lap traffic, and Brian Campbell is catching him. He's as close as he's ever been. It's 3 or 4 car lengths to get up to our leader. They're coming up in just a minute as Van Dorn continues to deal with heavy lap traffic.
Johnny Van Dorn getting through the traffic as he gets by the 28 of Valley Kern to put her a lap off the pace. Brian Campbell just out of the picture there, less than a half second behind your leader, Johnny Van Dorn. As Van Dorn makes his way through turns 3 and 4, Brian Campbell to the inside of the 20 of Jerry Manixma.
And the big story here is that Campbell is actually able to reel in Van Dorn for the first time. It looks like someone actually got close to him. We'll see if he's able to stretch the advantage out or not. Almost about 8 or 9 car lengths, maybe 10 now or more back to Brian Campbell in the 2nd position. Van Dorn again in heavy lap traffic.
And as Van Dorn leads, Brian Campbell is 2nd, the 47. Don't look now. Here comes the 26 of Bubba Pollard. Pollard just out of the picture behind Campbell in the 47 machine as Pollard makes his way into turn 3. Pollard is reeling in Brian Campbell in a hurry.
Yeah, boy, it'll be interesting to see as we're coming up closer to the 100 lap mark if Pollard's able to reel them both in and have a shot or not. Van Dorn still continues to negotiate some lap traffic, but Bubba Pollard, as you see already in the 3rd position, he is trying to catch up. Brian Campbell will keep an eye on the times. 1, 2, and 3, it's Van Dorn, Campbell, and Pollard.
Running the 4th spot is the 99 of Ross Musin. The 98 of Daniel Hemrick is 5th. A potential battle brewing. You wouldn't see this very often in anywhere here, but perhaps Berlin as they go into turns 3 and 4. The 98 of Daniel Hemrick about to do battle with the 36 of Terry Seneca Jr. They go into turns 1 and 2.
That's going to be a good battle. Here they go. He's going to catch him up just a little bit. Terry Seneca is another one of those guys who's got a legitimate shot to win this race. The 36 car sneaking up ever so much closer where he hit lap number 87.
Hemrick, the 2013 Southern Super Series champion, and Terry Seneca Jr. They have never raced against each other before. They're 2 standout competitors in the United States. Hemrick down the southeast corner of the country. Terry Seneca Jr. is an Outlaw Super Late Model specialist, making only his 2nd ARCA Series Super Series start of the season. This is the prototype Seneca Performance Template Super Late Model. Terry Seneca Jr. has done all he could possibly do in the Outlaw Super Late Model world. Now he's trying to conquer the Template Super Late Model world. And what better way to do it than in the Battle of Berlin 251 as he is catching up to the 98 of Daniel Hemrick.
And Matt, let's talk about something just here from Chris on Pit Road. When are we looking at pit stops? Green flag pit stops, fuel and tires. How far can these cars go until they have to stop?
You're not going to see green flag pit stops until absolutely positively necessary. It would almost be suicide to make a green flag pit stop here at Berlin Raceway. You're going to lose at least 3 or 4 laps. So if any at all possible, these drivers are not going to make a green flag stop unless they're absolutely positively have to.
Chris, will send it down to you in pit road, pit window. These cars are going to go absolutely as long as they can before they have to stop.
I've heard as long as 150 laps that you can go pretty comfortably before you're really running your tires off. We've seen guys go here even further than that. Ideally, talking to some of the crew chiefs, 100 to 120 is a good caution pit lap window. That's a good lap time to have after you've got 100 laps on that first set. If we get a caution, you'll see the leaders come to pit road. And the goal, stay on the lead lap, and you got a chance.
Yeah, I think, man, that's a point. Next caution flag we see, everybody's going to dive down to pit road, especially as we're approaching lap number 93.
You get to about another 20 laps of a green flag run, you're going to start seeing guys throwing Gatorade bottles outside the car, hoping for a debris caution of some type, because they're going to be screaming for a new set of Hoosiers, for two new Hoosiers and some Sunoco race fuel for these ARCA CRA Super Series competitors. As we complete lap number 93, Johnny Van Dorn continues to lead in the 71 machine. Brian Campbell second in the 47. Bubba Pollard third in the 26. Ross Newson fourth in the 99. The 98 of Daniel Hemrick is in the top 5. Mewson, as you see on the screen, he's negotiating through some traffic. As just behind him, the battle for 6th, for 5th is over. Terry Seneker Jr. has passed Daniel Hemrick. They go into turns 1 and 2. This time by, he'll come out of turn number 2, and there's Terry Seneker Jr. in just a second. As Seneker Jr. makes his way through turns 3 and 4, he has passed Daniel Hemrick, put Terry Seneker Jr. in the top 5.
So Seneker cracks the top 5. There's another guy who's slowly creeping up in this race. He may be a factor before it's over. So here's your top 5 as they run right now. Johnny Van Dorn, Brian Campbell, Bubba Pollard, Ross Mewson, and Terry Seneker, as you mentioned, just cracked the top 5. Matt, we're 2 laps away from a 100 lap mark here. So we're almost ish halfway. No pit stops for most of our leaders yet. That's got to be coming up here in the next 50 laps.
Daniel Hemrick is in the 6th spot in the 98 machine. He's not letting Terry Seneker Jr. stray too far out in front. 7th place is the 33 of Wes Griffith Jr. 8th place, the 29, 16-year-old Anderson Bowen. A great run in 9th place, 15-year-old Grant Quinlan in his ARCA CRA Super Series debut. He is running in the 9th spot. He started in 17th. The 28 machine of Quinlan, as he makes his way, actually give him the 8th spot going into turn number 3. Coming out of turn number 4, Grant Quinlan has passed Anderson Bowen. They'll go into turn number 1. And Grant Quinlan, the 15-year-old from Harrison, Michigan, making his ARCA CRA Super Series debut. He's got a win in the Jag CRA All-Stars Tour event this season down at Salem Speedway, the High Banks down in Salem, Indiana. And Quinlan, a great job for that 15-year-old in the number 28. He has worked his way to 8th.
So a lot of these cars really starting to get separated out. Maybe some of the creed beginning to rise to the top as a lot of these cars now finally getting a little bit more settled in. But Van Dorn still continues to run down fast times. So Van Dorn is still putting more of these cars laps down. 101 laps in the books. Pit stops are going to be a factor, and green flag pit stops could make or break this race if we don't get a caution flag.
And just behind Quinlan in the number 28 machine, that is a battle for the 9th spot. The 101 of Joe Bush gets by the 29 of Anderson Bowen as they go into turns 1 and 2. Give 9th spot to the Hastings, Michigan veteran. Anderson Bowen now 10th. He's feeling pressure from Brandon Hermiller.
There's a name we haven't heard yet tonight. That's Hermiller in the 6th car. He's down on the inside trying to make the pass to see if he's able to do anything. There's Hermiller. You see down, drives it hard down into turn number 1 on used tires. Trying to get past the 29 machine of Bowen. So far, so good. He's got a half a car length on the backstretch.
That number 6 car, Brandon Hermiller, puts himself in the top 10 for the first time this evening as we are 104 laps into the Battle of Berlin 251. Thank you so much to all those tuning in on 51 TV. Thanks to the fine folks at Speed51.com. Bob and Angie Dillner, Duke Kenfield for Elgin Trailer. My name is Matt Preer from Speed51.com and CRA. Along with up here in the booth, the voice of Berlin Raceway, Matt McKenzie, as well as the two other voices, the tri-voices, if you will, of Berlin Raceway, Chris Danielson and Jake Danielson on pit road. We are 106 laps completed in the Battle of Berlin 251.
As we look at the difference, Van Dorn has got 4 and almost 5 second lead on second place. Bubba Pollard. Pollard has been able to get around Brian Campbell just a few laps ago. So now we'll see if Bubba Pollard, maybe the first time, can run down Van Dorn. Still no caution flag yet to deal with. We're going to be looking at green flag pit stops probably within the next 40 laps if we don't get a caution flag.
As Johnny Van Dorn makes his way down the front stretch, he'll go into turn number 1, and he'll catch up to the number 10 of Steve Dorr. Anderson Bowen is just ahead of Steve Dorr as they come out of turn number 4. As Bowen is 11th place. What is significant about that is that Anderson Bowen is the last car on the lead lap in 11th position. Steve Dorr is a lap down, the number 10 just behind him, and just behind Steve Dorr, there's your leader, the 71 of Johnny Van Dorn.
71 of Van Dorn continues to put down a blistering pace, and again, we're going to have probably less cars, a lot less cars on the lead lap, and if these green flag pit stops, Matt, actually do happen, the whole composure of this race is really going to be made or broken on the pits here in a few more laps. We're already at lap 110, and the leaders have not pitted as of yet.
If anyone's screaming for a caution flag right now, it's the 29 of Anderson Bowen. He's got Johnny Van Dorn in his rear view mirror. He is praying for a debris caution, something, anything, to avoid having Van Dorn get by him as they make their way down the front stretch.
Make our way down the front stretch, and we'll go back to our leader, Johnny Van Dorn, here in just a minute, because Van Dorn has got to deal with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe about 10 lap cars here at lap number 112, and they're almost 2 by 2. They got him pinched in. He's behind the 20 machine of Munixma.
Van Dorn trying to put Bowen a lap down. Bowen is your 11th place car. Munixma is a couple laps down. He is in front of Van Dorn, blocking his way as Van Dorn finally gets by Bowen, slings to the inside of Munixma. Now he'll put Munixma, he's good for now. As Brian Campbell's running in the second spot. He is 4 seconds back.
Actually, Bubba Pollard's running in the second position. Then it's Campbell in the third position. It's 3.5 seconds now back to Bubba Pollard as a lap car frenzy in front of all these cars to deal with. Campbell's had to should check that. Van Dorn's had to deal with a lot of them now. Pollard, not that many so far. They're probably going to slow him up as well. Van Dorn continues in heavy lap traffic up front.
Just missed the battle for the second place as Bubba Pollard has now taken over second spot. He'll make his way out of turn number 2, going down the backstretch. As Pollard into turn number 3, this time by Pollard made the pass on Brian Campbell just a couple laps ago. And now Pollard making his way through turns 1 and 2 with Campbell right behind. There you see him. Pollard going through the traffic that Johnny Van Dorn just got through.
So now Pollard's got to deal with the heavy lap traffic, and that's going to be the next issue for that red 26 car as he sliced and dices over past Jay Niewick. Now Niewick's for the car started, remember, on the front row along with Van Dorn, so Pollard's able to make quick moves on him. Meanwhile, Van Dorn's lead is still almost 4 seconds over second place Bubba Pollard at lap number 118.
We're just about halfway through the Battle at Berlin 251. And as we talked about earlier, these guys do not want to make a green flag pit stop if they don't have to. At this point, everyone, especially the top 10 cars, which are remaining on the lead lap, they are screaming for a caution. They want something in a hurry. They do not want to make that pit stop.
They don't want to have to. Like you said, you can lose as many as 2 and 3, maybe 4 laps under green here, depending on how good your crew is too. Completely can change the dynamics of the race. Then if you get a caution flag at the wrong spot, all of a sudden you're going to be 2 or 3 laps behind the leaders. Not looking to that, but it's already at lap 120. Still a long way to go, and these cars are going to have to stop before too long.
Johnny Van Dorn works his way in turn number 4, about to put the 10th place car, Joe Bush, a lap off the pace. They go into turns 1 and 2 and make their way down the backstretch. Van Dorn to the high side of Joe Bush. And now 9 cars remaining on the lead laps. They'll make their way out of turn number 4.
And we'll send it down to the pits. Chris, what do you got?
I just spoke with Johnny Van Dorn's crew chief. His limit for fuel is 150 laps. They are hoping, just like everybody else, a caution is fine. Very confident group, but they would probably be looking at a fuel stop minimum at 150 with 122 in the book.
Wow, and that's not very long, Matt. So this is going to be a big factor if we don't get that caution flag. We're going to be some of these cars could really be in trouble depending on how
have
good
some
the
tough
crew is.
decisions down here, Matt. Tough decisions to make, because if you do come in a little bit early and you get that caution, 3 laps is unmakeupable.
Unmakeupable, the new word of the night. Yeah, Matt, and that's a real legitimate issue, though.
I love that word.
Unmakeupable tonight, exactly. But you mentioned 3 or 4 laps. You could lose in green if that caution flag's going a long time. You're in trouble.
Oh, you'll lose at least 3, 4, possibly 5 laps. And Chris, I'm gonna borrow that unmakeupable word there and use that at various points in the rest of the season.
I do not have a trademark on it. I use it. Trust me. The grammar Nazis will really get, but everybody else will chuckle, and that's what you're going for.
And we hit the halfway point. We're at lap 125 of the Battle at Berlin 251, so we're officially halfway, and we'll give you a full field rundown as they come in the halfway position. Johnny Van Dorn leads over Bubba Pollard, Brian Campbell, Ross Musin, and Terry Stedeker Jr. Then it's Daniel Hemrick, Quint Quinlan, Wes Griffith Jr., Brandon Hermiller, and Joe Bush, your top 10. 11th on back, Anderson Bowen, 11th position, Jay Newick, 12th, Travis Braden, Steve Dorer, and Andrew Nylon in the 15th position. Chris Koslick runs his 16th along with Trevor Berry, Ali Kern, Paul Schaefer, and Terry Van Heitzman rounds out your top 20. 21st, Nick Galata along with Dave Lake, Brandon Watson, Rick Turner, and Ross Kenseth running in 25th. Scott Needle, Jeremy Minixma, believe are the only cars left on the racetrack. Chris Davidson, Chad Finley, Lauren Bush, all on pit road.
128 in the books that time by. We look around, we try to find Johnny Van Dorn. There he is, coming out of turn number 4, making his way down the front stretch into turn 1. Johnny Van Dorn has put everyone up to 8th place a lap down. Brandon Hermiller is 9th, 1 lap off the pace, as Van Dorn goes into turns 3 and 4 coming down the front stretch.
Hey guys, it's going to get even more interesting now, because with that caution that we did have, the fuel strategy, they might even be able to push it a little bit farther. This is really going to be a game of chess right now if you are on the lead lap. Do you come in at the 150 mark if it stays green, or do you try to push your luck to the 160, 165 range? It's going to be interesting to see the calls that these teams make coming up in the next few laps if we stay green.
Well, and you talk to the Van Dorn team, who knows what everybody else's fuel mileage is. Van Dorn says it can do 150, maybe someone else can do 160, and maybe someone else can only make it to 135. But you're right, a lot of these cars are going to have to stop soon, and it's going to be interesting to see how quickly they do this. Lap 132 in the books, they don't have that much longer. Like you said, do you gamble and haul out there, hope for a caution flag, and play your cards right?
Johnny Van Dorn has just put the 33 of Wes Griffith Jr. down a lap. There are 7 cars remaining on the lead lap as Van Dorn approaching the 28 of Grant Quinlan. That is your 7th place car, the 15-year-old out of Harrison, Michigan, making his ARCA CRA Super Series debut. Van Dorn looking to put the 7th place car at Quinlan 1 lap off the pace as they make their way through turns 1 and 2. And then there is some distance between Quinlan and your 6th place car. The next one to potentially go down a lap, Daniel Hemrick.
Yeah, that's what we talked about this earlier. If this race stays green like this, we're going to have maybe just 5 cars left on the lead lap. And this race has been clean and green so far. Only 1 caution flag for kind of a minor incident was all we had. Caution laps do count in this one as well, and caution flags still not on the field, so this is going to be interesting. Green flag stops coming up. This could get real dicey here shortly.
Very true, Matt, as Van Dorn looking to put Quinlan a lap down. Dave Lake tries to give way to the leaders. They make their way down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. Johnny Van Dorn setting an absolute torrid pace. He has been nothing but wide open throughout this entire battle at Berlin 251. 137 laps in the books. All the top 7 is all that's left in the lead lap.
All that's left, and Quinlan won't be that much farther, and then he's going to be dealing with some lap with going a lap down as well. Then it'd only leave Van Dorn, Pollard, Campbell, Houston, Seneca, and Hemrick. Your top 6 will be the only cars left in the lead lap. caution flag, stands a caution flag. Green flag stops will also change the composure of this race very, very quickly. We're already at lap number 138. Car goes up and blows some smoke and some dust. It's the 4 machine. We keep it under green for the moment. Caution flag, here it is.
Yeah, that caution flag was just right at the right time. I'm telling you, this was going to be one intense chess match. Is anybody down on the backside? Because it looks like he just scruffed a little bit on the curb over the backstretch and kept going. It looked like a 4-car to us down here on pit road.
Scott Neal went up on the backstretch, kicked up some debris, I believe is all it was. So they're just going to do a quick check, so a very quick caution on this one. But just enough time, and Chris, everybody's going to be heading to you, at least the top 6 cars. That'll include Van Dorn, Pollard, Campbell, Musen, Seneca, Hemrick, and Quinlan. So 7 cars, I imagine, will all pit very, very quickly coming at you in just a lap or 2.
Yeah, we're anticipating it's going to be every one of those crews, Matt, have tires in their hands. They got wrenches in their hands. They've got the jacks. They're ready to go. We've watched some of the crews already pit some cars, and when you're used to NASCAR Sprint Cup and Nationwide, they look really slow, but when you see the intensity on their face, it's pretty strong. We got a car on pit road right now.
Yep, that's the car that spun. That's Scott Neal, so he had nothing to lose by going to the pits. So
I think he bagged it, didn't he?
No, I will see. No, it looks like he's going to join the tail of the field, so he's
he
come back up.
Went on the make ready shoot. I thought he pulled it off completely. My bad.
Looks like he's going to come back in. So safety crew, it's going to be a quick cleanup. I think pit road is open. Your leaders are going to stop. You know they're all going to stop. Van Dorn's going to lead them in. Pollard will be second, then everyone else behind him. Here comes Johnny Van Dorn. He's going to turn hard left. Bubba Pollard will be following right behind him in the 26 as soon as he catches up. But Chris, they're headed towards you on pit road. Here we go. Van Dorn's on his way down to the pits.
The leader who has dominated everything tonight is headed down pit road. Johnny Van Dorn in the 71 comes to a stop in front of his crew and hits the sign, and they go to work. This is going to be key. Brian Campbell comes to a stop, as well as Ross Musen is going to pull right in front of Brian Campbell, and they are on the lead lap cars, and they are working all the tires right now. Right side's going on. I don't know if they're going to go right side only, if somebody's going to gamble with it. Campbell does. Brian Campbell takes right side tires only, and he is back on the track. Bubba Pollard is going to be second off, and here comes the man dominating the night. Johnny Van Dorn only takes right sides as well, and he's going to come off pit road in third.
Long stop for Ross Musen. He is still in pit road. They're still trying to fuel that thing up with gas. The 99, the crew is scrambling right now, trying to pack that thing full of fuel. Jack is down. They're trying to get Ross away. He finally gets away. Bad stop for the 99.
Yeah, but Terry Seneca did get that spot jumped, but if they packed enough fuel in, Matt and Jake, Ross Musen might have just made a pretty good move. And now here come the lap cars, and pit road is a blast right now. It's just total mayhem down here with both sides, left and right, pitting.
Munixma can't get in his stall. The 20 car overshoots his pit stall. He puts it in reverse. Brandon Hermiller is away, and all mayhem down here on pit road. Guys are putting on right sides. Looks like for everybody's getting right sides. The 28 is away, and so is the 9.
Hey, the thing about the 6 car with Brandon Hermiller, he knew he was going to be the last car in the lead lap coming off pit road. They actually looked like they stalled a little bit and just took a little more time on pit road to make sure they got the best pit stop possible.
Long stop for the 84 as well. Cars are continuing to get through pit road. Ooh, close call there with a couple cars exiting pit road.
Almost got them tangled up together.
And we have a CRA official right down here with a speed gun. She is actually calculating if they're not speeding. So far, no speeding penalties so far this race.
All right, guys, back up to you. That's what it looks like on pit road.
And the lady with the speed gun down there, that's my wife, Renee Preer. I can see her down there with the speed gun, making sure all these guys are going the safe amount of speed.
Does she ever use that thing on you at home? I don't know what you do with that. Do you get a zap you coming in the driveway with the speed gun?
Yeah, I think I'm scared now to go home.
Matt, I just asked her if she caught anybody speeding, and she said not yet with that look of hope in her eyes.
that's my wife.
Yeah, Matt, let's reset the field. Now, a couple interesting, but now we'd see the 01 car out there. Now, Hemrick, or I should say Travis Braden, is he going to be officially leader? Or is he on the edge of the lead lap?
Travis Braden is a lap down. He's going to get the wave around. He did not pit. Now, to be eligible for the wave around, you cannot pit during the caution flag. By doing so, this puts him ahead of Brian Campbell, and in a sense, puts him back on the lead lap. A very, very shrewd move by Travis Braden to get his lap back. Once we get the one lap to go signal, he'll bypass the pace truck, make the long haul all the way around the racetrack. He'll be the last car on the track, but he'll be back in the lead lap.
So we'll have 8 cars in the lead lap. That will make Brandon Hermiller the first car officially a lap down. Guys, Chris, I'm going to send you back down to the pits. Did all of those cars take 2 tires? You mentioned something maybe Van Dorn took 4, but Campbell and Bubba Pollard beat him out. Do we know how many tires everybody took? And Van Dorn, maybe his stop was just slower. Is that why he was slow getting out of the pits?
Everybody was looking for adjustments in right side tires only. It's just I don't know why they would adjust the Van Dorn car anymore. Johnny is just flat out flying tonight. But it looked like the Campbell crew went with quick 2-tire stop, get out in front, and Bubba Pollard was doing the same strategy, pitting a little bit further back. The guy who I think had the best pit stop strategy would be the 6 of Brandon Hermiller, because they knew they were the last car on the lead lap. They could take their time after everybody went by, and they really, really worked that car over to get Brandon probably the best position he's going to get in the middle of the race. And keep in mind, fellas, this could be, if it goes green, the last time these guys have to come to pit road. And another reason why maybe Ross Musen was packing that thing so full of fuel.
And the thing with in the ARCA CRA Super Series for the live pit stop races, you can only change 2 tires on 1 pit stop. As we go back to green flag racing, Brian Campbell, your new leader in the number 47, and he took the outside lane, the double foul restart. Bubba Pollard in second. Now everyone's got some fresh Hoosier Racing tires on the right-hand side, and now we're going to go to battle. 148 laps completed, coming by this time. Brian Campbell, your leader over Pollard and Van Dorn.
And that probably makes sense why I didn't see any confirmed 4-tire stops, Matt. That makes a ton of sense. A lot of adjustments in right side.
Oh, we got a spinner in the middle of the racetrack. 33 car goes around in front of everybody. It looks like a Newick swims around, a couple other cars off of the backstretch. Several cars involved. Doesn't look like major damage, but we got a spin at lap number 149.
It appeared the 33, Westcovich Jr., and the 84, Jay Newick got together going down the backstretch. Griffith did a complete 360 down the backstretch and kept right on going. Newick sideways just gets it back going to the 84 machine.
So Newick's going to be able to join the tail of the field. He's going to work his way around. I think Griffith also is going to be able to join the field. His car is out there on the racetrack too, so it should be a very quick caution flag at 149.
And the driver that's going to benefit the most from this is the 0-1 of Travis Braden. He started behind the entire field after getting the wave around. Now with the caution comes out, he will bypass all of those lap cars and start with the lead pack group. All lead lap cars start ahead of the lap cars in ARCA CRA Super Series competition.
And now we got cars pitting again. Brian Campbell, the leader, Bubba Pollard, and all of our lead lap cars come in again. Chris, they're headed towards you.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting whether that's going to be a fuel charge. Nope, they're going for the other side. And this has a lot to do with what Matt Preer just explained to us, that the CRA rules, it can only get 2 tires per stop. That's why these guys are coming in again. Now they're getting those left side tires, and Ross Musen continues to pack fuel into that car. And look at Travis Braden in that 01 machine. They lift the hood on it to see what's going on. Bubba Pollard's going to beat him out. Brian Campbell right on his back. We got a tire loose coming out of one of the pits. I don't know who that's from. Runs into the safety truck at the end. And Musen's going to be down and away. And they are really working on that 01 machine, and they are going to change the left side tires. And again, he's going to be the last car on the lead lap anyway. So what difference does it make? But man, we got a tire flying out of the pits. Everything is happening down here, fellas.
As the Berlin Pace vehicle pulls it in, Johnny Van Dorn's going to lead him back to green at lap number 157 when we go back green flag racing.
Keep your eye on the 0-1 of Travis Braden now. He has made a couple pit stops. He got the wave around a little while ago. Now he's back outside of row number 4 as the green flag comes out. We're back underway, working on lap number 157.
157 of 251. Van Dorn is down the inside. Bubba Pollard, the 2 red cars. Brian Campbell gets a little bit loose behind him. Feels pretty stacked up. The red cars go side by side. Van Dorn does not appear to be pulling away like he had been in the past. It's Bubba Pollard by a half a car length in turn number 1.
Bubba Pollard takes the lead for the first time this evening. In that number 26 machine, Johnny Van Dorn right there in second spot. The battle right behind them for third. Here comes Terry Seneker Jr. in the 36 machine. He'll go around the outside. The 47 of Brian Campbell. Great battles between first and second, as well as third and fourth.
Great battles for first and second and third and fourth with side-by-side battles on the racetrack. Van Dorn's hanging in there. Bubba Pollard keeps it running on the outside. We'll see how the car sticks up there. Great battle up front. It's still Bubba Pollard by a half a car length. Great battle for all 4 cars in the front. 2 red cars, and you got 2 white ones. Bubba Pollard by a car length on the backstretch.
What a battle for the lead. Bubba Pollard, your leader. Here comes Terry Seneca Jr. in the 36 car. He goes round the outside of Johnny Van Dorn, and now he will challenge Bubba Pollard for the lead.
Bubba Pollard's now got a battle. Seneca, look at the run. He's getting on the outside. Terry Seneca and the 36 now looks on the outside, slides it up high. Seneca won a 50 lapper last night. Going to come back and take the lead on lap number 162.
For the first time in his stellar career, Terry Seneca Jr. leads laps in ARCA CRA Super Series competition. An Outlaw Super Late Model standout. The owner, president, founder of Seneca Performance. Outstanding Outlaw Super Late Model chassis. This is the prototype template Super Late Model chassis, and Terry Seneca Jr. showing the way here in the number 36.
Well, I was not expecting necessarily to see Seneca up there at this point. He's been in the top 5, but really shot up here after this last caution flag, and Seneca 2-3 car lengths over Bubba Pollard. Now a good side-by-side battle for the 3rd and 4th position here you see with Brian Campbell and Johnny Van Dorn.
Johnny Van Dorn trying the high side, trying to stay ahead of Brian Campbell for that 3rd spot. Just ahead of them, Sonoya George's Bubba Pollard, the number 26 machine. But up front, ahead of Pollard, that is the 36 of Terry Seneca Jr. Seneca Jr., limited template Super Late Model starts as he leads a stellar field here in the Battle of Berlin. Oh, we got trouble in the backstretch. You can see some smoke coming off the backstretch.
Car didn't even slow down, guys. Car didn't even slow down, just rocketed off the backstretch down there. I could not see who it was. It was pretty quick here down on pit road.
Did not see up here either. Just saw a trail of dust go across turn number 3. And then I got race control in my other ear, Matt, and I hear caution, caution, caution really, really fast and loud from race director Glenn Luckett. So somebody's back there behind turn number 3.
Yeah, we'll go back there here in a minute. Berlin safety crew is going back there in the what's back there, by the way, is a bunch of weeds, dust, and sand, and some barriers.
It is the 84 of Jay Newick who went flying off the top of turn number 3. He is back there in the trees behind the big video board here at Berlin Raceway, getting word from CRA spotters and tech officials over there in that corner. It is the 84 of Jay Newick, your outside pole sitter.
So far, Van Dorn's coming down, and Braden's. Those are the only 2 cars on pit road.
Yeah, that would be the only 2 cars that really should be here. Everybody else has made the change in both the right and the lefts. Johnny didn't get the lefts, and both Seneca and Bubba Pollard made him pay. And then, of course, we know that Travis Braden in the 01 machine, he's been up and down with different pit strategy, even went down a lap, got the lap back, and is now one of the quicker cars out there, might have something to say. But Johnny Van Dorn is going to have to come back from, what are we saying, guys, about 7th place with new, fresh left side tires.
1 to go signal given to the field this time by. So that's a good deal here for Seneca. We'll see if any of the cool off of the cars has made any difference at all or not. Seneca, Bubba Pollard, your front 2 rows, and then Brian Campbell and Ross Musin. And Van Dorn's going to have to come back from the outside of row number 4. And I do believe that Herr Miller now is on the lead lap, a part of that group.
And also, when the red flag was lifted, we went back to caution flag laps. Because the red flag came out, those couple of caution laps we were on did not count because we came from a red flag.
So here we go. Bubba Pollard on the inside. Seneca chooses to take the outside green flag at lap 170.
Field dive bombs into turns 1 and 2. Terry Seneca Jr. on the high side. Here comes Ross Musin on the high side as well. They've had many a war in the Outlaw Super Late Model ranks, but this time they got some of the heaviest hitters from around the country. Here's Bubba Pollard to the inside, the number 26, going into turns 1 and 2.
Bubba Pollard down to the inside, solid 2nd position, setting up the backside of Terry Seneca at the moment. Here comes Brian Campbell. He goes on the inside. Oh, Brian Campbell spins in front of the whole field, backs into the defense, and everybody has to check up. Everybody missed him, and Brian Campbell's night will end at lap number 73 and backs it into the fence. 3rd place, back in the fence, the 47 machine, and the 1 lap to go signal given to the field this time. So everyone will be right back kind of where they left off, minus Brian Campbell after fighting at pit road. Looks like they got the car flipped around. They may try to get that car back out there. That probably won't be up to speed like it was, and will be several laps down. So back up front, Terry Seneker, Bubba Pollard, Daniel Hemrick, Ross Musen, Grant Quinlan, Johnny Van Dorn, Brandon Hermiller, Travis Braden, and Joe Bush, officially your glass cars on the lead lap. Green flag, ready to come out this time, and Pollard on the inside. Seneker chooses the outside once again at 179.
Seneker and Pollard around turn 4. Chief starter Scotty Midland, the green flag in hand. We're back underway here at Berlin Raceway of the Battle of Berlin. 2:51, and Bubba Pollard inching out just ever so slightly ahead of the 36 of Terry Seneker Jr. Seneker Jr. powering his way back around the outside. The 36 machine, Seneker Jr. to lead that lap barely.
Barely, boy, and they got close as they crossed the line. Seneker's got a half a car length of Bubba Pollard, and that is it. Cars not able to get away from each other at all. It's still Seneker by just a car length this time. He seems to be able to stretch it out. Pollard keeps it down to the inside at lap 182. It's still Seneker by just a car length.
Bubba Pollard is right there. The number 26 looking for the clean sweep to take back to Sonoya, Georgia. Battle brewing for the 4th spot. Daniel Hemrick in the 98. 71 of Johnny Van Dorn. Van Dorn made short work of Grant Quinlan. Now he's challenging Hemrick for the 4th spot.
Good battle for the 4th position. Now as we're watching that one, Van Dorn goes around him. The 71 car looks pretty good. The four freshest tires of the place. Van Dorn's got him. He's in the 4th position now. As now the field's a little bit more strung out. Single file up front for now. We'll see if it stays that way at lap 184.
Daniel Hemrick in the 98 machine, as mentioned earlier, had 100,000 reasons to be here, but back up front, as Hemrick runs 5th, back up towards the front, Terry Seneker Jr. leader, Bubba Pollard 2nd, now feeling some pressure from Ross Musen.
Now feeling some pressure from Musen. Musen's right there. Maybe he was holding back, or maybe they're slowing up. Musen has not led the race so far. He's been in the top 5, 6, or 7 all night, but Musen has not been up to the front. We'll see if he's there. He's right of the back bumper of Bubba Pollard, who's right of the back bumper of Terry Seneker.
And Johnny Van Dorn, the 71 machine, is reeling in them top 3 cars in a hurry. As Van Dorn now right to the back. Oh, Ross Musen got a right rear off the back stretch. He is able to keep it moving forward. Now Van Dorn right on his back bumper as they go into turn number 1.
Well, back up front, Bubba Pollard is still right on the backside of Terry Seneker. There you see Musen in the 3rd position after recovering after going up and off the hill. And then behind him, it's Johnny Van Dorn now up to the 4th position. Van Dorn's going to look on the inside of Musen. Back up front, Seneker still got 2 car lengths on Bubba Pollard.
Great action all over Berlin Raceway here in the Battle of Berlin. 2:51 as the laps continue to wind down. Terry Seneker Jr. gets away from Bubba Pollard for now. We'll go to the battle for 3rd. Ross Musen in the number 99 machine trying to hold off the 71 of Johnny Van Dorn as Van Dorn trying to build that momentum up on the high side.
And Van Dorn's trying to rile it up. We've still got 60 laps to go, 62 laps to go unofficially this time. We'll see how this one stretches out a little bit as we get to the all green flag laps. We haven't had a good green flag run in a while. We only need 60 so laps till the finish. Seneker's got a pretty good lead on the field right now. Musen now getting a challenge from the 71 car, Van Dorn. This is a battle for 3rd and 4th position.
Van Dorn again taking the beat the high side, continues to build that momentum, trying to get by the 99 of Ross Musen. As they go into turns 1 and 2, the 71 of Van Dorn working that high side on the 99 of Musen. They go into turn 3 side by side.
They go to turn 3 side by side. The battle for 3rd place continues. Musen down to the inside, Van Dorn on the outside. Great battle for 3rd and 4th. Musen still got it by a half a car length on the inside, and now on the backstretch at lap 193, coming up as they hit the stripe.
The 71 of Van Dorn, the 99 of Musen, still battling side by side for that lead, or for 3rd, excuse me, as they make their way through turns 1, 2, going down the backstretch. Musen with a slight advantage, but Van Dorn still trying to make that outside groove work.
Still trying to make it work, and it has been working so far, but not so far at least to get past the car at the moment. It's been good up there, but not good enough. Musen way down to the inside again. Hits sparks, hits the bumps, and still able to hold Van Dorn up the hill. Musen still got 3rd position.
Up front, Terry Seneker Jr. still leads Bubba Pollard by about a half a second. Will stay with the battle for 3rd as Ross Musen continues to wage war with Johnny Van Dorn as Musen and Van Dorn go at it one more time.
We'll see if Van Dorn is just going to give him a little chance to take a shot at him on the outside, or he's going to keep working him or back up and try it again. We'll see what happens. Van Dorn still continues to run the outside. Not going to work for him. Houston keeps it hugged down on the inside of the number 99.
Back behind Van Dorn, about 3/4 of a straightaway. The battle for fifth. The 98 of Daniel Hemrick has it. The 28 of Grant Quinlan as they make their way down the front stretch to turn one, just behind Van Dorn. That battle for fifth. Hemrick and Quinlan. Quinlan is not letting Hemrick stray too far out in front.
Not letting him stray too far in front at all. Musin, it should say, to get a little bit farther back, it's a Hemrick. Quinlan, that's the next battle on the racetrack. You got those cars, top 6 cars. Remember, there's only 9 cars on the lead lap. Joe Bush is the final car on the lead lap in the 101. He's quite a bit back from the rest of the field.
And just behind Quinlan, the 28 machine, give a call out to the red number 6. That is Walker, Michigan driver Brandon Hermiller. Hermiller, by all accounts, he's had an awful 2014 season. ARCA CRA Super Series, as well as here at Berlin Raceway, hasn't had very many good finishes, but tonight he has been strong all evening long, as Hermiller, now running in the 7th spot, has been on the lead lap throughout the race.
Yeah, Hermiller actually got a lap down a little bit earlier on, but then regained the field as part of the lucky dog. But he's been part of the fray most of the night. We'll see if Hermiller's got anything left of the tank. We're past the 200 lap now, Mark Mag. 201 is officially 50 laps to go. And so far, so good for a lot of these drivers. It's going a little bit back out. I think everyone's getting their paces. Another long green flag run.
And just behind Hermiller is the 01 of Travis Braden. Braden had a long pit stop early in this event. He got the wave around, got back on the lead lap, and now you're defending ARCA CRA Super Series champion from Wheeling, West Virginia. Travis Braden now running in the 8th spot, this time by 2:03 in the books.
Yeah, Braden's your 8th place car, and then 9th place behind him is Joe Bush, and those are the only 9 cars on the lead lap at lap number 203. So those are the only cars that are going to have a shot at this. We got another long green flag run. We go back a little bit farther back in the field, or I should say back up front. Seneca, Bubba Pollard. If we had it back up front, the white 36 has got Bubba Pollard behind him. Following our leader, they've got probably 10 lap cars to deal with here in the next few minutes.
Terry Seneca Jr., your leaders. He makes his way through turns 1 and 2. He'll come on a turn number 2 this time by. As Seneca makes his way down the backstretch, there he is. He goes by the 84 of Jay Newick. Bubba Pollard keeping pace, keeping a safe piece of real estate between himself and Terry Seneca Jr. Not letting him get in the way, but not challenging either. Not yet.
Not yet. We'll see. They almost go 3 wide in front of them. Those are all lap cars. Kozlik's in that mix. The 55 car of Dave Lake's in that mix. They're racing for position in front of them. Right in front of Terry Seneca has got to field a way to weave through this traffic. Bubba Pollard's right behind him by 5 car lengths.
207 laps completed, 44 laps to go. Terry Seneca Jr. has won just about everything there is to win in the Outlaw Super Late Model world. He's won the Kalamazoo Clash multiple times. He's won the Glass City 200. He's won the Dixie Classic over in Dixie. But man, what would this do for Terry Seneca Jr. to win the Battle at Berlin 251 in a template Super Late Model?
It would be a big deal. This car I know is new. He just brought it out a couple weeks ago. Seneca is just so good when he's here. In the Outlaw Late Models he won just a night ago. He's also the points leader in that division. Bubba Pollard's jammed up behind the traffic jam behind him. Seneca is able to weave through the traffic a little bit later. Lap 210, we don't have that much farther to go. Only 41 laps to go.
As Seneca and Pollard work their way through traffic, the battle continues for the 3rd spot. Coming out of turn number 2, Ross Musin, Johnny Van Dorn. They make their way through turns 3 and 4. As Van Dorn, Musin got a little sideways. Coming out of turn number 4, Van Dorn had to check up just a little bit as they make their way through turns 1 and 2. A great battle continues on for 3rd.
Great battle. You have to wonder if Van Dorn's being patient or Musin's just kind of taking up the whole racetrack. Both of these guys, Musin, many-time a champion out here, and obviously Van Dorn, big winner of several different events as well in the 71 machine, trying to get past the number 99, but they're going to have to deal with the same bevy of lap cars here shortly. That could also play a factor in this one. Bubba Pollard back up front is jammed in a traffic jam, so the second place position is losing ground on our leader.
213 laps completed, 38 laps to go. Jay Newick pulls down pit road. There you see him going down pit road on the screen as Musen and Van Doren go by, and they continue to battle for that third spot. The final podium position here, the Battle of Berlin 251. My name is Matt Prier of Speed51.com as well as CRA. Oh, we got problems on the front stretch. Trevor Berry is off the pace of the number 1 machine as he'll come to rest just at the entranceway to turn number 1. Caution flag will fly. Trevor Berry stops in turn 1.
Pit stop potential right here because it is so close to the end. Is it worth it to give up that track position?
Boy, and taking a look at the scoring here, it looks like we got 9 cars in the lead lap, Matt, so you're going to kind of gamble potentially 9 positions. Do you come in at lap 216 and gamble that, or you stay out?
Well, Bubba Pollard's going to make the gamble right now. So is Ross Musen. So is Johnny Van Doren. So is Hemrick. So is Quinlan. So is Braden. All the leaders, except for Terry Seneker Jr., except for Brandon Hermiller. All the leaders have pitted except for those 2. We'll send it down to Chris.
Yeah, right now, everybody has gotten into their box really clean. It's just a matter of who can get out. Fuel is not going to be as big of a deal. It could be a splash and go. They got enough fuel. Bubba Pollard stopped lightning fast. They got him 2 right side tires, and he blows past everybody. Johnny Van Doren kills the 71 car, and he's going to get beaten out by Ross Musen and the 98, and now Johnny's got it fired. Johnny would have been second off of pit road, but the car stalled as he was coming out of the pit box, and the 71 is going to restart 4th.
Yes, we are. Terry Seneker Jr., Brandon Hermiller, lead him on turn 4. Green flag's out. We're back underway. Working on lap 222. And also a footnote, Anderson Bowen getting the free pass that last caution.
So now Anderson's back on the lead lap. Seneker is able to pull away. Hermiller kind of backed up the field. Bubba Pollard's down to the inside. Oh, he gets in the backside of Hermiller. They almost crash, and they're spinning back there. A little bit farther back. We keep it green. Nope. We're going to have a caution flag because Van Heitzma is off on the backstretch. Need a caution flag here, guys.
Off the backstretch. Caution flag does come out that time by. And we completely missed Daniel Hemrick taking the lead away from Terry Seneker Jr.
I think that was...
My goodness.
Yeah, that might have been a result of the slowdown of the caution flag. I think
Seneker lift, fellas. I think he lifted for the caution, and the 98 just kept going. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that's the case because Seneker had a nice lead before the yellow flew.
Yep, and it looks like Van Heitzma, I believe it's Terry Van Heitzma that's off in the weeds back there. There's a couple cars that were back there.
As we get ready to go back racing here, Matt, looking forward to this.
Now, Matt, as you mentioned, you said when we come back to red flags, the laps do not count, correct?
That is correct. Coming off a red flag, the caution laps do not count. So Daniel Hemrick is your leader. As we reset the field here, Bubba Pollard has lined up next to Daniel Hemrick, so Seneker losing a few more positions than we initially thought.
So here we go, the green flag at lap 224. This one's going to be a barn burner, kind of a crazy way that last one wrapped up. Here we go, we got the 26 down the inside. Pollard drives in hard to the inside of Hemrick. Hemrick goes up the hill. He's got a chance at $100,000. He does not want to lose it. Hemrick now by half a car length at turn number 3.
Hemrick and Pollard, a couple Southern Super Series competitors, duking it out for that lead. Hemrick has 100,000 reasons to want to win the Battle of Berlin 251. Pollard, he just wants to clean sweep Berlin weekend. But the battle behind Pollard is a great one, as Brandon Hermiller trying to hold off Ross Musen in the 99 machine. And Musen gets by. He'll take over the third spot. Here comes Johnny Van Doren. Terry Seneker Jr. stuck behind Hermiller there. As up front, Daniel Hemrick showing the way with 2:29 in.
Wow, Hemrick has got a big money grab on the line here. Here comes Bubba Pollard trying him again on the outside. Go back a little bit farther, side by side now with Hermiller, side by side with Terry Seneker. We'll take it back up front. Side by side battle for the lead on lap 230. Matt, only 21 laps to go. Who's going to win it? They're side by side. It's Pollard.
Bubba Pollard takes the lead on lap 230. He is 21 laps away from a clean sweep here in the Great Lakes State for the Peach State driver. As Bubba Pollard trying to hang on to beat Daniel Hemrick. Pollard, your leader. Hemrick second. Rasmussen just behind in third.
Rasmussen now could be a factor before this one is over. You see the two leaders there, and then Mussen's just a little bit farther back. Can Hemrick get back around Bubba Pollard? What a story, Matt, it would be if Bubba Pollard could win, not only last night, but come back and win another 251 laps.
He would definitely have gotten rid of the Mason-Dixon line curse at that point if he can hang on and sweep the weekend here at Berlin Raceway. But he's going to have to contend with Daniel Hemrick in the 98. And don't look now, here comes Johnny Van Dorn in the 71.
Well, they go three wide, a little bit farther back of the pack. Back up front, though, great battle now for the third position. Van Dorn wants to come back. Van Dorn led more than half of this race. There goes Johnny Van Dorn around third place. Rasmussen. Van Dorn is headed back up towards the front. He's only got a handful of laps to do it. He's already out in second place. Here he goes to the start-finish line, lap 234.
Van Dorn wasting no time. He got by Musen. Now he's going to challenge Daniel Hemrick for the second spot. Van Dorn powers his way around the outside of Hemrick. They go into turns 3 and 4. They'll complete lap 235 this time. 16 laps to go. Here comes Johnny Van Dorn.
Wow, what a story. Van Dorn coming back after maybe a miscalculated pit stop. Was kind of slow off pit road a couple times. Van Dorn is now pulling away. He's in the second position. We'll see if he can catch Bubba Pollard on the 26. He doesn't have many laps to do it. We're coming down to lap 20. Less than 20 laps to go in this event at lap 236.
Johnny Van Dorn's got the fishing pole out. Going to try to reel in Bubba Pollard, the number 26. But with 14 laps to go, this time by, will the Coopersville, Michigan have the right bait to stop Pollard's sweep?
We'll find out. Boy, Pollard looks pretty good up there. We'll see if Van Dorn can have anything for him or not. But what a story it is if Bubba Pollard could pull off over 350 laps worth of wins. We'll see if he can do it again tonight. Lap 238 in the books. Van Dorn is running out of time.
Battle back in the field for the fourth spot. Daniel Hemrick starting to fall back. He's in fourth, and here comes Terry Seneca Jr. in the 36 machine. He'll go to the high side of Hemrick for the fourth spot. Give fourth spot for now to Seneca Jr. Oh, we got trouble in turn number 2.
Andrew Nylon's in trouble. Another car back off in the woods. A couple cars back there, and yet another caution flag at lap 239.
Andrew Nyland spins over in turn number 2.
There's another car off the backside there, Matt. There's a white car way off in the weeds. I can barely see the top side of it. So there are two cars involved in that caution flag at lap 239. So here we go, Matt. The red cars go side by side. Van Dorn goes on the inside. Pollard chooses the outside. We'll see if that pays off. They're on the backstretch. 10 laps to go at the Battle at Berlin 251 presented by Primera Plastics.
And if you remember last night, all the leaders took the inside lane. Tonight, Pollard goes high. Out of turn number 4, Chief Starter Scott Mellon, the green flag in hand. We're back underway. The Battle of Berlin 251.
Oh, and Van Dorn got a great start. Musen goes down there and kicks up the dust, bottoms out, and Van Dorn got a jump. And like I said, if he was the guy to pick, I'd probably pick Johnny Van Dorn. He's got 2 car lengths over Bubba Pollard with just 9 laps to go.
Give the lead to Johnny Van Dorn one more time. Then the number 71, that LisaThomasSalon.com Ford with teaming up with Tom K-Mac from TK Racing, proven to be a formidable combination. Now with 8 laps to go, the former number of that car, now number 71, Johnny Van Dorn, your leader.
Van Dorn's got a leader. It's 5 or 6 car lengths. That's a good run for him. He's jumped out front. Let's drop a little bit farther back to the third position. We see Rasmussen getting a heavy battle from Terry Seneca Jr. down on the backside, knocking on the back bumper. That's the battle for the third position. No battle up front at the moment. It's all Van Dorn. Third place battle, there it is, between Musen and Seneca.
And just behind Seneca is a battle for the 5th spot. Travis Braden has been the hardest working man here in Marne, Michigan tonight. He is back in the top 5, that West Virginia University car.
Back in the top 5 after an interesting start. We're having all sorts of trouble able to get there. Hemrick's now trying to get up there and get a piece of that top 5 finish as well. Field pretty strung out. No big battles now up front. That battle for 4th and 5th or 4th and 5th is the only one really much up front. Rest of the leaders with 5 laps to go. It's just 5 laps to go. Van Dorn's got 10 car lengths, maybe 15 over Bubba Pollard.
Johnny Van Dorn looking for his second consecutive Battle at Berlin 251 victory. Bubba Pollard running out of time and has to overcome even more real estate with 4 laps remaining. Rasmussen is in 3rd. Terry Seneca Jr. is in 4th. Back behind Seneca, Travis Braden is 5th. Daniel Hemrick to 6th. 3 to go this time.
Just 3 laps to go. No bad challenge at all up front. It looks like he's going to drive off into the sunset. So battle is going to be probably a little bit farther back, but it's all Van Dorn, and Bubba Pollard now runs second. Van Dorn really stretching it out. Kind of surprised he got this far ahead. 2 laps to go in the battle at Berlin 251.
Johnny Van Dorn is 2 laps away from his second consecutive victory at Berlin Raceway in one of the most prestigious races in the country, the Battle of Berlin 251. Chief starter Scott Millen, the white flag, 1 lap to go for Johnny Van Dorn.
1 lap for Van Dorn. It looked for a while like Van Dorn wouldn't be able to pull it off. It looks like his race to lose now. It's 15, 20 car lengths. That's all. Bubba Pollard's going to have to settle for second. Looks like Musen third, and 4th place to Seneca. But back up front, here comes Van Dorn for the win.
Johnny Van Dorn will win the Battle of Berlin 251. Bubba Pollard in second, Ross Musen third, Terry Seneca Jr. fourth, and Travis Braden comes home in 5th.
Great run by all of those cars. Matt's going to head down to the Great Clips victory lane and get a word with some of our winners. But how about that for Johnny Van Dorn and the number 71, from driver from just down the street in Coopersville. Congratulations to the 71 of John Van Dorn, and how about that? Nice drive by that driver. Here he comes on the front stretch, taking his victory lap. Not sure if he'll burn out or take an extra lap or what he will do. Either way, he will be headed down shortly to the Great Clips victory lane. So Johnny Van Dorn wins. Bubba Pollard second. Ross Musen comes home third. We checked that Terry Seneca is 4th. Daniel Hemrick and Travis Braden 5th and 6th. Brandon Hermiller, Grant Quinlan, Wes Griffith, and Joe Bush and Ali Kern round out your top 10. So Andrew Nylon finishes at 12th, along with Chris Kosnick,
right
Brandon
down
Watson,
here
and Paul Schaefer, your
at
top
the start
15.
finish line. Johnny Van Dorn taking that checkered flag. Test 1 2, there we go. Johnny Van Dorn taking the checkered flag around Berlin Raceway after picking up the win.
That was an incredible restart by Johnny Van Dorn with just 10 to go. And once he got out front, he set sail. It was really impressive from down here.
And now Johnny Van Dorn's got that car fired up. Possible electrical problem here at the end of this, as he'll make his way down the front stretch to celebrate his second win here at Berlin Raceway in the Battle of Berlin 251. Big hand for Johnny Van Dorn. Hey, Matt McKenzie, it's a little smoky down here, my friend.
Yes, sir, and congratulations to Johnny Van Dorn. We were wondering if he was going to do in the burnout, and now we know he did. And guys, he's headed down your way to the Great Clips victory lane. We'll get a word with our winner, John Van Dorn, along with the other top 5 finishers as we wrap up the battle at Berlin 251. Fans want to remind you to join us in the Left Turn Lounge immediately following this race. Fill up a plate of chicken and pizza for you for just $10, drink and food specials, and also live music for you all night long at the Left Turn Lounge. So go down, check out the pits, and come back over across the racetrack, and we'll have some great eats and great time. We can talk about what a great battle it was at the Battle at Berlin 251. Van Dorn pulls to the pits. Guys, I'll let you take it away as the 71 pulls it in the Great Clips victory lane.
Yeah, it's going to take Johnny just a minute or two to be able to climb out of the car. His whole crew is here. Butch is here, his crew chief. And I got to tell you, Matt Freer, this was a long, hard-fought night for these guys, and it was really exciting to call down here, and I know it had to be up for you. And here you got Johnny Van Dorn in the Great Clips victory lane.
Thank you very much, Chris. This gentleman is a 3-time ARCA CRA Super Series champion. He's just won his second consecutive Battle of Berlin 251. We'll give him a moment to get out of the car. What a potent combination between Johnny Van Dorn and TK Racing. He gets the helmet off, get the safety equipment unstrapped. We'll get him out of the car. We'll talk to the winner here in just a second. He's from right up the road in Coopersville, Michigan. Driver the number 71. Getting a drink of water, getting ready to climb out of the car. His 18th career ARCA CRA Super Series victory moves him ahead of the legendary Junior Hanley on the all-time list. He's climbing out of the car. Race fans, big round of applause for Johnny Van Dorn. Congratulatory hug from crew chief and brother Butch Van Dorn. Johnny, what an outstanding job. Congratulations. First of all, tell us about the first half of that race. You set just an absolute torrid pace here around Berlin Raceway.
I just did it the same way Ted Nugent told me to do it. He said, don't tread on me, and that's what I did. They dropped the green flag, and I don't know. I have a hard time saving tires, as you can see. I got to stand on her, you know. I got to stand on the gas. And we had such a good car tonight. I can't thank my crew guys enough. My brother Butch called an excellent race. Johnny and all the rest of the guys in the crew, can't thank them enough. Tom Kamak for stepping up and working with Butch and I with our business and owning this house car for us. It really means a lot. And Dwayne McGonigal, I can't say enough about the guy. He's helped me so much over the years, and he built this ground pounder. It's so smooth. This one's all on him. I got to thank the good Lord for keeping us all safe in a good race. And it's really cool to come. This is only my third race for the year, so it's kind of cool. And I finished the race. I didn't crash, so that's good.
Yeah, definitely your third race of the year. It moves you past Junior Hanley on the all-time list for the ARCA CRA Super Series. And I got to ask, you know, the one pit stop there where the car stalled, you had to have been thinking, oh, my goodness, not this.
Yeah, I was pretty upset with myself. I kind of went into moron mode there and stalled the car out. But fortunately, we had a good car, and the guys had my back, and we were able to pass them. I got to thank Bubba and Daniel. Them guys come up from the south. Class act racers, man. We go down the south, race with them. They come up here and race with us. And you can go wheel to wheel with them and never have to worry about it. That's just really cool. So really cool race.
Now, one last question. You and Daniel Hemrick, now the only two drivers eligible for the $10,000 bonus for the Jex Triple Crown Series going into the Winchester 400. You came so close last year. Think we can possibly pull off a second in a row for the $10,000 sweep?
Yeah, I don't really care about Triple Crown. I just want the gun. We've been so close to winning that Winchester 400. That's more important to me than winning a $10,000 bonus. You know, at this level, we don't race for money. If we did, we'd be broke a long time ago. You know, it's the trophies that last for a while, and I want that gun sitting in my house. But I got to thank Lisa Thomas Salons, McGonigal Race Engines. I can't say it enough. Van Dorn Racing Development. This is pretty special moment. This was all our design on this car, Butch and I's. We started a business last November, and to be able to come out and win one of our own cars, this is greater than any win I've ever done. So, Magic Transportation, Sweet Manufacturing, best steering out there. Everyone else that supports us is just greatly appreciated.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the Battle of Berlin 251 for the second year in a row. Big hand for Johnny Van Dorn.